Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. From July 4th through August 26th, if you use this promo code, you will automatically be entered into a drawing to win a set of all 4 Commander 2019 decks. Also, there is another way to enter where no purchase is necessary. See the description below for full details. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to a special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. Core Set 2020 comes out this Friday, so it's time to check in on price trends as we move from the pre-release time period towards the release time period. So we're going to be looking at the top 10 hottest cards and the top 10 coldest cards right now from the set. Quick reminder before we get started, FlipsideGaming.com does have the Commander 2019 decks on the website now. They're selling them as a set, but if you use the Heroes promo code, you can get all 4 for $126 and free shipping. So whenever you use that code, it does help the channel, which is always appreciated, and maybe you can save yourself some cash too. But without any further ado, let's get into it. We'll begin with the top 10 Core Set 2020 cards that lost value this week. Number 10, Ajani, Strength of the Pride, goes down to $1.16 to $8.28. Not too surprising, you're going to see some of the Planeswalkers getting a little soft now, some of the other Mythics, because people are starting to get cards into their hands from the pre-release time period. So you have the weekends, of course, with all those pre-release packs open, and you also have the pre-order boxes going out. So prices do soften up a little quicker than they used to when you look at a new set coming out. So keep an eye on some of these Mythics and what they'll be doing. Unless they start seeing some early play, they could potentially lose a lot of value. Now, this is an example of that. This card has seen at least a little bit of early play in a life gain deck, but not a whole lot compared to some others that we'll be talking about later. Commander and Oathbreaker life game players might like this though. Number 9 is Embodiment of Agonies, down to $1.22 to $1.82. So when it comes to standard, this card hasn't really done anything yet, which feels weird saying considering the set hasn't even come out. But we're getting to play with cards earlier than ever on Magic Online and now Magic Arena. So people are already figuring out the format, and there are some frontrunners for decks already. We'll talk more about that as we go through the video. This card hasn't really shown up in any of those front-running decks. Now, with that being said, I still think this is a good Commander card. Play this with Liliana's Contract. Could be decent there. Number 8 is Kethis, the Hidden Hand, down to $1.27 to $6.99. I did see a 4-color Dread Horde deck running like one of these in the main, so maybe it sees a tad bit of standard play down the road. But I think this is going to be more of an interesting Commander card that a lot of folks are going to try to build around. Loses a little value this week. Number 7 is a reprint, Leyline of Anticipation, down to $1.36 to $3.98. Fantastic Commander card, and that's basically where it's being played right now. But this has been a long-awaited reprint. At rare, however, a lot of copies will get out there. Number 6 is another one, Leyline of the Void, down to $1.39 to $17. Now, this one, of course, was one of the big reprints of the set, but it's softening up not only because it is a rare and a lot of copies are about to hit the marketplace, but also because of the banning that occurred on Monday of Bridge from Below in Modern. So this is still going to be a good Modern sideboard card, don't get me wrong. Vintage players will many times use this in boards too, but with the Hogak Bridgevine deck being diluted, not as many people are scrambling frantically for this card. Number 5 is brought back, down to $1.44 to $2.69. So this one has seen a little play in both Modern and Standard, not a ton, but there's a mono white build in Modern that is trying this out. We'll have to see if that sticks. Also, occasionally I see a copy of this in like Orzhov Vampires. Again, right now it feels like it's an outlier more than anything, but down the road as people tweak, maybe it will see more play. Number 4, Kaikar Wind's Fury, down to $1.72 to $6.10. This is a very solid Commander card, and what I like about it is there's just not one plan for this card. You could do a lot of different things with it. It could fit into a lot of tribal decks like Bird or Wizard or Spirit Tribal. It could fit into a non-creature spell heavy deck. It could fit into a Storm deck. So there's a lot of different Commander players that might be interested in playing something like this. I do think in the long run, this card will definitely have a little value attached to it, but at least in the short term as packs are being open, this will probably go down a little more. Number 3, Kalia Zenith Seeker. This one goes down $2.36 to $5. Kind of a similar story here, maybe not quite as versatile in Commander as the card we just saw, but still pretty versatile. You could throw this in a Dragon deck, an Angel deck, or a Demon deck, or any combination of the three, assuming the colors support it. And of course, there are already Kalia decks out there. This would complement those decks very nicely. Number 2 is Lotus Field, down $2.76 to $10.97. Someone just has to figure out exactly what to do with this card and how to make it consistent. I have no doubt this will see play in some competitive form at some point, but at least early on, we're just not there yet. It's going to take people a little more time to wrap their heads around this one. Once they do, though, look out. In the meantime, singleton format players will be happy to pick this up. Now, it is a rare, not a mythic, so I would expect this to lose some more value in the coming weeks unless somebody can stumble upon a really strong use for it quickly. Number 1, Vivian Arcbow Ranger, down 333 to 781. So this one lost a lot of value, which isn't too surprising because it did have a high price point going into the pre-release time period. Now, so far, it is not in the front-running decks that have been seeing the most amount of play in Standard. But, after rotation, I do think this card could find a home. We're going to lose a Johnny Adversary of Tyrants, and I think this is a decent replacement for that card. Also, I think a deck will come along to take advantage of that Wish ability. All right, let's move on to the top 10 Core Set 2020 cards that gain value this week. Number 10 is Corpse Knight, up 15 cents to 54 cents. So why is it uncommon going up in value before the set even comes out? Well, basically because there was a misprint with this card. Some of the copies in pre-release packs had 2-3 power toughness instead of 2-2. Now, if you get one of those cards, you still have to play it as a 2-2. Those are the rules. However, some collectors will want to pick up one of these 2-3 copies for their collection because it is an oddity. Those copies are going for about $10 currently. Now, the Crystal Commerce system hasn't really separated those cards out yet, so that's why you're seeing a 15-cent bump. The regular copies are very, very inexpensive. So ultimately, we'll have to see at the end of the day how rare the 2-3 copy is and also how sought after it is. It could become a very expensive Magic card, or it could really not be worth all that much. Just depends on how the supply and demand shake out. Also, this could be a combo payoff in Commander if you use something like Enduring Renewal, Ashnod's Altar, and a 0 casting cost creature. Number 9 is Leyline of Abundance, of 52 cents to 4.25. This card has already seen some play in some good standard decks. Bat Ramp and the Bat Mass Manipulation Ramp variants both play this right now, and I do think this could see more play going forward. This is a good price. It is a rare, not a mythic. And I do think as cards get open this weekend, you are going to see this go down a little more. But at some point, I think people are going to catch on to how good this is. And it is a card that could cross over into ramp or go wide singleton decks. It does have some long-term potential. Number 8, Yarok, the Desecrated, up 62 cents to 8.72. Good commander card here. If you want to build around it, you can. If you want to throw it into your Muldrotha build, you can do that too. Because of that, this one is actually going up a little. Number 7, Risen Reef, up 89 cents to 2.19. Now, this is an uncommon going up in value because of actual gameplay. This is showing up in a lot of decks right now. If you've played Magic Arena, you probably played with it or against it this week. Temur Elementals will run this. It's fantastic there. Combos with a lot of things. Bant Ramp, as well as the variant Flood of Tears version of the deck, are both running this. Additionally, Commander and Oathbreaker Elemental decks would like this too. Number 6, Knight of the Ebon Legion, goes up $1.01 to 3.50. You're going to find this in the Orzhov Vampire builds, and they look very good right now because of the addition of this card and another card we're going to see in a moment. This is also another Vampire Tribal card for Commander or Oathbreaker. Number 5, Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. This goes up $1.16 to 8.01. Another card that is showing up in a number of different builds. You'll find this in Temur Elementals. Chandra Tribal, kind of a fun deck. We'll have to see if that gets anywhere. Also, I saw this in a modern Naya deck, so there is potential in that format as well. Another card for Commander or Oathbreaker Elementals too. Number 4, Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord, up $1.33 to 16.44. This is the card I was alluding to a few moments ago. This card has really pushed Vampire Tribal and Standard, and I do think that could be a top tier deck this season. This will fit into Commander Vampire or provide you with a solid Oathbreaker Vampire deck Planeswalker. Number 3, Cavalier of Thorns, goes up $4.69 to 12.27. Out of all the Cavaliers, this one is seeing the most early play. Kind of makes sense. It's in the color of ramp. It's a little bit harder to cast at 5. So if you can ramp into this and get it out early, of course it's going to be pretty good. And that's what you're seeing. Bant Ramp will run this. Also, Temur Elementals will sometimes run this too. Number 2, Omnith Locus of the Royal, of $5.84 to 14.99. Now, this does have crossover appeal. This is a card that you could throw into Commander builds, or even build around there. But Standard players are also interested because they can play this in Temur Elementals, which is shaping up to be a very good deck as well. Now, ultimately, I think we'll have to figure out how many copies of this is the right amount for that deck. I've seen 4. I've seen people cutting them already, though. Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3. But ultimately, yes, I have no doubt this will see standard play going forward. Number 1, Chandra Awakened Inferno. This goes up 1840 to 3527. I was a little surprised how low the price point of this card was going into the pre-release time period, just because it was previewed so early and there was so much hype around it, like before the official previews began. But then I think people kind of forgot about it. And then when they played Magic Arena this week, they remembered it because this is showing up in a number of places. Temur Elementals, Chandra Tribal, Dinosaurs will run this. It's shaping up to be a pretty big card for the next season. There's a lot of people scrambling to get it now, even for Commander or Oathbreaker, since this will be good in Elemental builds there too. No doubt, once packs get open, things will calm down quickly with this card, but I do think this could maybe be one of your $25 to $32 Mythic Rares, at least for the next season. Alright, with that being said, that concludes the Market Watch for today. Until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.